Pete, tomorrow's the big day. We made it this far. Sam and Katie, big day tomorrow on the 18th of June, 2011. I tell you, I'm pretty excited. How about you?
I'm excited too.
Yeah?
It's going to be great for him.
Yeah, I think so too. I just wanted to get it on the table that Carolyn and I think Katie is so special. We're so happy to have her join our family. And Carolyn's particularly glad because now there's another female around, so we get some balance.
And I'm glad because now there's a guy in my family.
There you go. And Sam likes to do the same kind of stuff you
Uh-huh.
do. And even better than that is you know how to fix stuff, and I don't. So you can help him a lot. He graduated from college, and he's met Katie, and she's taken. He hadn't asked me for anything about the marriage. I keep asking him, can I offer you any help? And he just said, no, I'm all okay, Dad. They're pretty confident, aren't they?
They're very confident. They have it all planned out.
Yeah. Where did they get all that? It must be from your side of the family.
It's not from me. It might be from Mickey.
I believe that. Mickey.
They grew up.
Yeah.
While we weren't looking.
Yeah. Well, they have certainly grown up, and I'm awfully proud of them. I think.
As am I.
Yeah. I think they're going to make a great couple. But how long have you and Mickey been married?
30.
You better get
32
it right.
years.
32
exactly
years.
32 years.
We've been married.
She won't know either.
I bet she does know. And we have been married 28 years. My only concern about this whole deal is I've been trying to talk to my son, my oldest son. He's leaving the house. I've tried to kind of give him some advice based on our 28 years of marriage, and he doesn't really seem too concerned about it. How about Katie?
Katie doesn't listen either. She's got her own thing. She's doing it her own way. So I can't give her any advice.
I've heard she's a little type A. Is that true?
She might have inherited some of that.
Not your side, though.
No.
Well, I think it'd be good for them if they could maybe get some advice. They've listened to us for their whole lives. Maybe they should hear some advice from some other people. What do you think?
That's a good idea.
Okay.
My mom and dad aren't able to travel here for the wedding, so I bet they could give them some great advice. They've been married for over 50 years. So
over 50. Well, that's awesome. I think that's a great place to start.
Have mom and dad.
Let's go
give
to
me
it.
some
But here,
advice.
we better try this beer one more time before we start. Here, happy days.
Happy days.
Katie, this is for Katie and Sam.
This is Margaret and Jim Lackler, Katie's grandparents from Gaylord, Michigan. We want to wish you much happiness on your wedding day, and we give you our blessings on this day and hope that you'll be as happy as we have been for 50 years.
50 years isn't bad out of 56 years of marriage.
That's good.
We're sorry that we're missing your day, but know that we are thinking and praying for you for this special day and also for the years to come. We love you.
Do you feel like you're a pretty good husband? Are you as good a husband as she is a wife?
Oh, probably better.
Yeah. Have you ever forgotten an anniversary?
Every year.
Anna Sarles, and she has weathered Mike Sarles as a husband for 38 years. My gosh. So anyway, so has he been?
What? Boy, we faked that well.
Yeah, that was really good. It's like the first time she's ever done it.
There's going to be days when he disagrees with what Katie says. It's all right. Just keep your mouth shut. There were days he disagreed with me here, I'm sure. Never said a word. That was a wise thing. Just carry that forth, okay? Hottie, I thought you were mute when you played football for me, so, maybe you learned the same thing.
Must be genetic.
It must be. Carolyn, you are still together, so I guess it's worked.
Well, one of us had Mark, all in one.
And I believe they probably deserve each other.
Did you wear that purple shirt from TCU? Is that
I did.
Very good.
I did.
Purple is always in style.
Purple is in style, and I said I'm going to this TCU thing this evening. I'm in purple.
Is there what has been the secret of your 38 long years of marriage?
I was never at home the first 25. Okay.
So
I didn't have to fix breakfast.
People always said, "Did you get up when he did?" And I said, "Diana has never seen me in the morning." That's a little advice there.
He was. Anything else you'd like to lend?
I just want to wish them both a long life of happiness.
Bingo.
Get married.
Oh, absolutely, because you know I am kind of a father figure, and I've been married, Sam, Katie, for 31 years, and you know I've come to really learn some key things about marriage, and I'd kind of like to give you a little bit of these tips for you. Sam, I got to tell you, you want successful marriage? There are 3 little words that you've got to know and you've got to say often, and Sam, I want you to say these words with me as I say them. Okay, let's say them. You're right, dear. Sam, if you can just master those words, everything else is going to be fine. And Katie, I don't want you listening to this, but you can even say it, and if you can say it with a straight face, you can still be thinking about that putt you made on that last green or the putt you missed. But you're right, dear. You need to practice that over and over. Katie, there's one thing you need to know about men. It all revolves around one thing, and that thing starts with an S. And I want you to say it with me. Sports. That's right. That's all he's going to be thinking about. And if you come home and Sam is watching some major sporting event and you want to tell him about your day, Katie, he's not really going to be there. He will be saying, "You're right, dear," but he will be focused on what that announcer is saying in the background and won't hear a word you say. So, you've got to understand that when that sporting event is on, you have to do something else. And when it's over, then's the time that Sam will give you the full attention. Yep, that's thy history. That's my story. That's why I've got 31 years of joyful marriage. And you too can have 31 years and a dozen children and be happy. All right, if you have a dozen children, you're not going to be happy. But otherwise, I wish you guys the best, and come by and visit. Good to see you.
I think that she has a twinkle in her eye when she's around Sam, because I saw it the first time that I met her with him. Yes, I did.
Yeah, she's pretty special.
She likes him, and that's important.
That is important.
I think she's particular, and I think that's okay. I don't know enough about Sam, but I know that Katie seems to me to be the kind of girl that has good friends, and I think that good friends set a good example for the kind of people that you're going to be in life. She's assertive. She's type A just like me. That's why I knew that I liked her. She needs to pick her battles, and I think that sometimes in marriages not everything is exactly right, but she needs to make sure that whenever you decide it's an important discussion, that you should make sure, if you feel strongly about it and you know there's going to be disagreements, that you should always try to pick the big ones, not sweat the small ones, because life gets in the way and simple things aren't important. Like socks on the floor aren't really that big of a deal.
So, and she's going to be the flower girl?
Yes.
Very
This
good.
is the woman of the second most important woman there, is what I have to say about that. Oh, I know. Can you say Katie? Katie. Can you say Sam? Sam. Mm-hmm. The same thing. Here, would you take her and put her in there, would you? Hold on, let me get a passy out of my pocket. Okay. Oh, there we go. This is
You
important.
want to sterilize that? Anything but
I think that family is a really cool value, you know, and I
Yeah.
mean, Mickey is salt of the earth kind of people, and I think that Katie is a lot to be the same. And you know, Pete, he's a good addition to the crew. So,
He seems okay.
yeah, I like him. He'll do. He'll do. You know, I'm so thankful that whenever I was in that period of my life coaching, that you know, that the Lackers, they were a great part of the, you know, experience for me, and being a role model for Katie, and being somebody who, you know, I learned from her as much as she learned from me. You know? And everybody called me double A. There was no representation for my bra size, but that's okay.
Well, I hadn't thought about that, but that's probably a key. You want to start talking about the makeup issues? And I'm not talking about facial makeup. I'm talking about,
can't do that.
I'm talking about the argument.
So yes, makeup issues, it's important.
Okay.
Whenever there's an argument, what's the best thing about an argument? It's makeup sex. Come on. It is. You think it's worked for us at least once or twice. Yeah. But it's important to let them know who's boss, which I believe Katie will have no trouble influencing others to let them know who's boss.
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
I
Sam.
mean, Henry, have you remembered all of your anniversaries?
Have I remembered them?
Yeah, have you
Yeah.
remembered the occasion?
Yeah.
You have. Very good. That's good. That means you and your wife said the same.
She better say nice things about me. I definitely give better gifts than her. That's a good thing.
Oh my God!
Is that on camera?
Yeah, that is. So what was the gift that she gave?
Right here.
You keep having kids, you'll be pretty well jeweled up.
I'm telling you, we're not having any more
That's
kids.
it. We're done.
Right?
Two
Say
weeks.
yes, dear.
Yes,
That's
dear.
right.
We're done. Did you get that one?
Y'all agreed on that one too?
We're agreed on that one.
Let's
We
try
are
another
done.
challenge question.
So I'm very honored to be here and be asked to do this. You know, in response to your question, Heidi, I've really learned 3 lessons. The first is that Mama's always right. Whatever the situation is, whatever the situation may be, Mama's always right. The second that I learned is that when Mama's not always right, refer to the first rule, which is Mama's always right. And I think the last is to learn the 2 most important words in the English language that you can, and it's not go frogs. It's yes, dear. So
Very good.
Mama's always right. When Mama's not right, Mama's always right. And yes, dear. I guess the biggest challenges that Dee and I have had over the 25 years has been the times when I haven't done that. And, you know, that's just something that you will come to understand with age and experience. Hopefully, you kind of like fine wine, you get better with age at it. I don't know.
I've heard, I've never seen this of Katie, but I've heard from her parents that she might be strong-willed in some cases. So it's probably a good thing for him to make some concessions to compromise periodically.
That's good because Sam is so not convicted in his beliefs as well. That's one thing that I've thoroughly enjoyed about getting to work with Sam is watch a young man straight out of college jump in with the vigor and vim that he has into a very exciting entrepreneurial, active organization like we have at Crow Holdings, and chomp down with his teeth and just grab the reins and take it and run. And, Sam is a forward thinker. He's mature beyond his years, and I think his biggest challenge is his patience. As I do accept residuals for taking Sam off your payroll.
Maybe you could give them some advice.
Okay. Oh, wow. This is hard because I'm not a big wisdom kind of guy. I'm not that smart, but I would just say to Sam and Kate, both of you, one, I don't know that much, but what I do know is you each have to put in about 150% on this. I don't believe when people say you each put in 50%. I don't believe that. You each have to put 150% in. 2, Sam, remember, you will never be right, and that's fine. Just deal with that. 3, to Kate, don't ever schedule anything on a football weekend, especially if it's TCU football weekend. I think that helps a lot. But just in general, I think, I've been married 26 years, and I'm not sure if I would call it happily married. You'd have to ask my wife. But I think one of the things is to just always be aware of the give and take. And I read something really neat the other day. I was kind of trying to think about this, and it said that this person said by the time you're married 25 years, you hope that your memory's good enough that you remember all the good times, but poor enough that you forget all the heartaches.
Well, that's awesome. Now we're gonna interview Mrs. Chancellor later on, and we'll check on that. Okay?
Yeah.
Did you ever forget an anniversary or anything like that?
Oh, I always do. I never know any details. I'm a bad detail guy, and so I never know the birth dates of any of my kids, any anniversary. I'm bad at that. Oh, to show you how bad I am. Oh, Kate, here's a good idea. My wife had, after we were married about 10 years, engraved in my wedding band the date of our wedding.
Well, that's great.
Right, so that I would always have it. So I know it's 11/24. So I would always have it on me.
No, right. And I suppose it's pretty important to you that if they have kids, that they go to TCU.
Oh, that's a must, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'm young enough I could still be here when one of their kids went to TCU, so I'd make sure they got in.
Well,
Well, this will be fun for y'all. Oh my gosh, I couldn't imagine what it would be like. I have 3 daughters and 1 son. If one of them was getting married, it was my only kid. Oh man.
But how good is Sam? I mean, if she's
Yeah,
gonna marry somebody,
that's
pretty good
right.
guy.
That's right.
You know.
And that's wonderful. That's really.
Why is he knocking on wood over there?
That's really wonderful of you to say that too, as a parent of the bride.
I'm not mic'd up though. They'll
Yeah.
never make it.
That's great. Sam and Kate, good luck and God bless you for a long and healthy and happy marriage.
Wow.
That
I tell you,
that was a lot of good advice.
no kidding. I didn't expect it from especially Coach Charles, but you know, you never know what you're going to get. Yeah, do you think they listened?
I hope they listened.
I don't know whether they listen or not, but I had a great time making this thing, and I really just want to thank you. I kind of threw the idea on the table and ended up piling all the work on you, and I just can't thank you enough, Pete. It was great fun.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had
we had a good time. I think we should show everybody what we did to put it together.
Yeah, that may be the only way they believe that we did it, right?
There you
Let's
go.
take a look. Do we look good?
Hey, how do you put your leg in? I'm telling you, it's straight into y'all's crotches.
Crotches, y'all's.
Okay, how about
y'all's
this? Is
crotches.
that better? I don't want there to be any dominating positioning here.
Why don't you turn towards Pete a little bit? Like you're engaged in conversation.
Like you can put up with me.
What's the matter, Carolyn? You don't like that? You don't like that? Yeah. One more time before we start. One more time before we start. One more time before we start. Here. Happy days.
Happy days.
I think we ought to toast that, don't you think?
I think we should
It's taken a
toast.
while. I mean, you and I have worked really hard on this.
We have.
On this wedding. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
And I had this dream that I actually drove up and I had brought Layla's dress, but she had no shoes. And Gavin had only pants. He had no shirt. And in his hair, we had sprayed it orange the night before. So his mohawk went from just a regular mohawk to an orange mohawk. And Katie looked at it, she goes, "What is that?"
Very good. Got a big thumbs up, I tell you. I think we're rockets to go.
Okay, ready for me? We're ready, sir.
We're ready. We sure have enjoyed having our kids here at TCU, and we're really looking forward to our normal refund when we get a chance.
Yes. I love that.
What do you do on the outside? Break away.
All right. Well, you got to be in it now. Yes, ma'am, you do too.
Appreciate what you do to Sam and our family over the years. I'm serious about that.
We wish our blessings upon you. This is all wrong. I should start over again.
Okay, start over.
Take 3.
Hi, Katie and Sam.
Oh, this is Margaret and Jim Lacker's grandparents.
Stop. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Katie and Sam. This is Katie's grandparents in Gaylord, Barry and what's your name again?
It's recording. You may start.
Okay, go ahead. It's already dead.
Take 5.
Sure.
7.
Another next.
Are you going to say the rest?
Oh.
Go ahead. Never mind. Just go ahead.
And what else to say?
I'm sorry that we're not there.
Yeah. Well, sorry we're
In
not
person?
there. Sorry we're not there in person. Never mind. That's hard to do. I have to scratch my ear. My hearing aid is coming out. Oh, what fun. We hope that Peter can edit this.
Yeah, I know.
Dear Peter, you say whatever you want and pretend it's us.
That's it.
You're still running?
We got 8 minutes to fill up. We
Right.
love you.
Very good, very good. Amen.
Don't you love Dad?
I do love Dad, and I've never
He's
even
great.
met him before.
He's
but I tell you,
great.
yeah, I think he and my new grandmother-in-law. I guess that's what it is. I guess they're in the wrong business. I'll
They're
tell you
wonderful.
that. Well, listen, I can't thank you enough. It's been a great way to get to know you and your family, and I think we ought to just toast the royal couple just one more time. What do you say?
We should toast Sam and
Okay.
Katie.
You know, why don't we wait and just do it in person?
Let's
What
do
you
it
say?
in person.